Hi, everybody. I just wanted to take a few minutes and talk about the 5 steps to living bright. These 5 steps are really the core of what Dandelion Bright is about, and the goal is to help you sort of evaluate who you are and change your perspective, and then make decisions so that you are living bright as you are, which means living in a way that promotes your health and happiness as a dandelion, as a neurodivergent person living in a neurotypical world. In future videos, I'm going to go through each of these steps with a little more detail so that you can understand them a little better, but today I'm just going to run through them so that you know what they are, and that way when I refer to different steps, you'll know what I'm talking about. So the first step is to recognize who you really are, and that means basically stripping away the expectations that you have for yourself, the expectations that other people have for you, who you think you are, who they think you are, and looking at who you really and truly are. And then step 2 is to accept who you are. A lot of times we get caught up in where we should be or where we want to be, and then that keeps us from making the decisions that we need to be happy and healthy right now. So with step 2, you get that change in perspective to say, okay, this is who I am, I accept who I am, and that way it's a little easier to make decisions for yourself based on where you are. Step 3 is to embrace who you are. I use that term embrace interchangeably with love, to love who you are. This is probably the hardest step in the process, and to be honest, it's one that I still struggle with. It's kind of a day-to-day thing. It's definitely a process. Embracing yourself is really hard when you feel like you are not meeting standards set by society, or you're not where you want to be. There's goals you want to achieve, but it is a really important step in the process, because if you love who you are right now, then you recognize that you have specific needs to live bright, and you won't be waiting to achieve something in order to be healthy and happy. So once you get to that point of embracing yourself, you find it's a lot easier to make decisions for what you need, and that leads into step 4, which is to live authentically. And living authentically means that you are doing things for yourself based on who you really are, making decisions for your life and your interactions with people that will promote your health and happiness. There's a lot in society these days about living authentically, and it's super important, because you are able to truly be happy when you're living authentically. But for dandelions like us, a lot of those live authentically movements don't really work for us, because they are built to neurotypical standards. So what is living authentically for neurotypical people is very different from living authentically for dandelions. So that's why that is included in these 5 steps to living bright. And then once you are on that path and living authentically, the 5th step is to share your brightness with others. And that means that you can really do it by living authentically, and then other people can see that brightness in you, that you are living bright as you are. But it also can involve taking active steps to share what you have learned with other people, doing acts of kindness, and showing people who you really are through how you interact with them. So I want to emphasize that living bright is a process, okay? It's not a destination. I talk about your journey to living bright. I talk about how to get to the point of living bright. But there are always going to be good days and bad days, and there are always going to be things that change your perspective and change your situation. And there might be times where you have to kind of take a few steps back and reevaluate where you are. I do that too. There are days where it is really hard to embrace myself as I am, and there are days where I question who I am and if I can accept myself as I am. And so I take that opportunity to kind of take a few steps back and reevaluate and then keep moving forward. And another important thing to remember is that as you go through life and you change and your situation changes, then your needs will change. So living authentically might look different in 5 years than it does right now, and that's okay. And that's why this is really more of a process, and we focus on the steps rather than achieving a destination. Like I said, I am going to be going through the steps with more detail. My goal is to have one video for each step so that you can understand them a little better. On the website, I'm going to be launching a self-study course, which will take you through those 5 steps with some self-reflection pages and some worksheets to do that will help you sort of start your journey to living bright. And then we also have, if you are ready to start your journey to living bright, and I hope you are, the Dandelion Bright Mentorship Program is a really useful way to go. We have the Introduction to Living Bright Mentorship Package, which is working one-on-one with me through those 5 steps to living bright. And we would set goals for you and check in through email and video calls to walk you through those steps, and then you would have that one-on-one support from me so that any questions you have or obstacles you're facing, we can work through them together. I am going to be posting the link to the website down below so that you can see what that package looks like and if that's something you're interested in. We also have the Facebook group. The Dandelion Bright Facebook group is an opportunity for you to connect with other dandelions and support each other in your journey. And I'll be posting that link down below as well. If you have any questions or any comments, I encourage you to comment here on YouTube or find me on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter. It's at Dandelion Bright. Really easy to remember, but I will post those links down below as well. And I encourage you to subscribe to the channel so that you get these videos. I hope that they can be a good support for you on your journey, and that you can sort of learn to embrace the dandelion that you are. I am going to be trying to post more often, so hopefully next week I will have the next video up for you. And in the meantime, I hope you have a wonderful day and that you live bright. Bye!